looking to spend about 10% of the cost of a 50-something thousand pound coupe today, you could do a lot worse than one of these. Or actually, this one, because it's for sale. And not from me. I'm not selling it, honest. This is a 2006 E63 630i coupe. The E63 was one of the earliest examples of BMW's flame surface design, or bangle butt. This particular design came from Adrian van Hooydonk. It was taken from an earlier design by Chris Bangle back in 1999, which was the Z9 concept, and this was introduced in 2003. The 6 Series was based on the E65 series platform, but obviously smaller. To make it lighter, it had aluminium doors and bonnet and carbon reinforced plastic wings and boot. And the M6 version had a carbon roof for perfect balance.
The car has aged really gracefully. Those soft curves meeting sharp lines were ahead of their time, certainly helped by the 19-inch wheels and pearlescent paint. Of all the Bangle era cars, this is possibly the one that's aged the best. Looking down the length of the car, you can see the swage lines and creases all kind of coming to a point at the rear where they do hit that famous Bangle button. Probably this is the part of the car that works least well in terms of design because, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. Interesting fact, if you're spotting which model you're following, 6-cylinder cars came with twin round exhaust exits and V8s came with twin ovals, unless you're following one with an aftermarket Super Sprint with twin ovals. In the early noughties, LED taillights were an expensive, fancy new option, and so the 6 Series came with them. Although curiously, only the top half, stop tail, was LED. The lower part, the indicator, was still an incandescent old-fashioned light bulb. And in regular braking, only the lower 3 rows of LEDs would light up when your foot hit the brake. It was only if you hit really hard for an emergency situation would the top 2 come on as well. Pre-facelift cars had their high-level third brake light up in the window, discreetly out the way. After the facelift, it moved into the middle of the boot spoiler, which kind of ruins the line a bit. I only just realised this, and I don't know how many 6 Series owners know this as well, but if you park side on and open the boot up, you transform your lowly 6 Series into a Porsche 911! And just put like £40,000 on the price tag. Just like that.
When you're buying a luxury coupe, it's this part of the car that really matters, because this is where you're going to spend your time. The outside matters a bit because you've got to show off you've spent a lot of money as well, but the inside is where you're going to sit and where you're going to enjoy it. Now the owner of this car spec'd enough toys to put this car well over 50 grand back in 2006. The Panero roof was a grand, automatic gearbox 1500, and this rather fancy exclusive pearl leather. So this exclusive pearl leather is basically just this very, very nice. It's really soft touchy. It's kind of like a semi-matte finish leather with extra diamond, sewn pattern in it. But once you spec that, you can then spec extended leather, which means your centre console, your dashboard top, all become leather as well. So it's about £2,500 in total, which is a lot of money. Most of my cars cost less than that. This car is also a sport version, which means you get sport seats and a sport steering wheel. Nothing changes under the bonnet, but you do feel sportier. On the tech front, this is one of the second generations to get the iDrive. People didn't love it at first. I don't know if they still do now, but this is the second generation which has gone from an 8 to a 4-way control dial, and pretty much everything you can do inside the car is controlled with this wheel here, including controlling the air vents, which is kind of annoying, but you know, it is what it is. But that does mean you get to see more of this very nice grey birch dash which extends to the doors and the top of the glove box as well, and does look very nice indeed. Being a car of £50,000 vintage, you do of course get dual zone climate. Heated seats are an extra, incredibly. There's cruise control obviously, auto lights, good to have. I'm going to say yes to auto wipers. Yes, there's auto wipers, I see the A. I might sit in these seats in a second because they look quite comfy. Under this long, elegant bonnet, there are various versions of the BMW M52 straight-six engine. This one, we think, is making 258 horsepower and 232 foot-pound of torque. It's a pretty reliable engine, especially as BMW engines go. This particular one doesn't have any particular catastrophic failures. The only real issues are the Valvetronic motor, the Vanos solenoid and the water pump, and they're all external components. If they fail, they're not biggies. And this engine has actually had all three done, so you're over a winner with this one. It's a smooth engine, it sounds really good, and for a cruising car, 0 to 60 in about 6.5 seconds is plenty good enough. Well, this is my first ever run in a 6 Series, and it's actually rather nice. This is kind of, it's fast, but it feels very refined as well. It doesn't feel like it's struggling to just hurl itself at the scenery. We hit 60 during the first sentence without even noticing. Yeah, I could see myself driving either Monaco or somewhere in this quite happily. Sitting here in these rather expensively optioned seats, it's actually very comfortable indeed. I'm not that wide, so I'm a little bit lost in them. However, the side bolsters are very supportive indeed, and the leather feels really nice. I mean, I think it was well worth spending the money on, quite frankly. It's multi-way electric adjustment, including lumbar, which means you can find exactly the right position however you are. And I've just climbed into the car without adjusting a thing, and it feels good as it is. So the pickup is actually pretty impressive, and it does sound awesome. So if it wasn't the automatic, okay, it kind of suits the car, but I'll begrudgingly admit the automatic sort of suits the car. I still wouldn't buy one though, because it's automatic. This car is riding on Bilstein B16 coilover shock absorbers, and it's slightly lower suspension, and slightly tauter, but it's not harsh at all. If you weren't a car expert, you could easily be fooled into thinking you were driving a V8, because it does have a nice bit of torque behind it, and the burble, well, I guess because it's got the Super Sprint exhaust. So yeah, this really is kind of an effortless cruiser. The steering has got a little bit of weight to it. It's not like a super light, overly assisted thing, but you feel a nice bit of feedback there. So I've now put the car in manual gear, so shifting the auto to the left gives you manual override of the thing, and let's see what this is like. That's a lot faster. It feels like a lot more pickup with the manual override than on the regular auto. And apparently, according to the owner who's sat here right now, you can put this into top 6, manual 6, and then just cruise gently. It won't kick down, and it's got enough torque from the flat torque curve to lift you along the road. And actually it does. It's hitting 1500 RPM at 45 miles an hour. Yeah, it's just creeping up slowly to 2000 RPM and 50, 55. That's not bad. This is Elizabeth Delator, the editor of Performance BMW magazine and the owner of this car and seller of this car. Tell me again that exciting thing about the engine and its torque curve.
So when this came out, a lot of people said that the N52 is a bit disappointing compared with the M54 it replaced, because there's only a slight increase in overall torque, but actually the torque curve on this engine is really flat, so you get a lot more low-end torque response from the N52, and it's a very light engine. It uses magnesium components as well, so it contributes to the fact that this car weighs about the same as an E92 330i, despite being so much bigger.
Cool. That was your nerd fact overload for the day. So there you have it, the very, very brief overview, introduction if you like, to the E63/64, depending if it's convertible or a coupe, 6 Series BMW from 2003 to 2011 or 9?
Good question. It's about 11.
About 11, yeah. Yes. If you've enjoyed this, please hit like, please hit subscribe. There's much more nonsense to come, which is pretty factually incorrect and probably quite boring. So please hit subscribe if you'd like to see more of that. And next time I'll be driving something else, which might be German, or it might be English, or it might be old, or possibly new. There's not really much guidance on the content on this channel. So thank you for watching.